Guardiola claims Chelsea have lost an incredible manager, then told Manchester City he will decide when he leaves amid talk of pal Enzo Maresca replacing him. Italian Maresca's turbulent relationship with the Blues board reached boiling point yesterday when he was axed after a series of fallouts. Sign up for the Chelsea newsletter. Thank you. Guardiola and Maresca know each other very well. Manchester City host Chelsea on Sunday, but Maresca won't be present following his sacking credit, Reuters. There was a growing feeling at Stamford Bridge that the 45-year-old has been trying to engineer an exit. It then emerged that Maresca, who was Guardiola's assistant at the Etihad in the 2022-23 campaign, had discussed the possibility of succeeding the Spaniard should he leave City this summer. But after the Cityzens blew the chance to close the gap on leaders Arsenal with a draw at Sunderland, he issued a spiky response when asked for his reaction to those suggestions. He said, "No idea. You have, I'm pretty sure, more info than me. Read more football. Why would I give you an update about an opinion that I don't know about? It's just a rumor. So, I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer that. You want to fire me? My salary is so high, so I have one more year." So, talk has been rife that, despite having 18 months to go on his £19.5 million a year deal, Guardiola could walk away from the Etihad after a trophy-laden decade in charge. Casino special, best casino bonuses from £10 deposits, and when asked directly if he still intends to be in the dugout next season, he replied, "Oh my God. I have a contract, I've said it 1,000 million times, most read in football. I know you are bored of me, 10 years here. You want me to leave? Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. You know, I will leave one day. I promise, but I have a contract, I'm happy, I want to fight with my team. The hierarchy respect me. They proved it last season with what happened in this club that we didn't win one game in 2-3 months. They support me. So what can I do? I want to try and do it, but maybe one day, I don't know. But I have one more year contract, I like to be here, so we will see. We will see. I've said it 1,000 million times about that. So, but my credibility is zero, right? City and Chelsea face off for the first time this season on Sunday. Credit, Reuters. Guardiola, who takes his team to managerless Chelsea next, did confirm he would reach out to Maresca over the coming days. And he claims he was not shocked at the news of his sacking even though his old protégé led the Blues to Europa Conference League and World Club Cup success. He added, "Football. Surprise. All I can confirm is how lucky I am. I was and I am in the club where I am. My club is extraordinary. Only I can say that Chelsea, I think from my point of view, lose an incredible manager. Incredible person, but it's a decision from the hierarchy from Chelsea, so nothing to say." Potential replacements for Maresca. Here is a look at the potential candidates to replace Enzo Maresca in Chelsea's dugout. Liam Rosenior, like Maresca, would arrive at Chelsea without any Premier League managerial experience. He is currently impressing at Strasbourg in Ligue 1 with the French side battling for a European spot. Rosenior would be a fairly simple hire for the Blues, considering Clearlake also own the Alsace outfit. Cesc Fabregas. The former Chelsea midfielder has built himself a solid reputation in the dugout since taking charge of Como 1907. The Spaniard led the club to promotion from Serie B to the top flight of Italian football for the first time in 21 years. Cesc Fabregas now has Como pushing for European qualification, and he is viewed as one of the most promising managers in the top leagues. Xavi has been out of football management since being sacked by Barcelona in 2024. However, he is still highly regarded, having led the La Liga giants to a league and Spanish Super Cup double in 2023 despite financial constraints. Chelsea would be free to talk to Xavi over a deal, and there would be no compensation to be paid. Oliver Glasner has been one of the most impressive managers in the Premier League since his arrival at Crystal Palace in 2024. He has led the Eagles to FA Cup and Community Shield glory in his short time in South London. The Austrian has previously been tipped for the top job at Manchester United should Ruben Amorim be sacked. Marco Silva. A move for Marco Silva could prove difficult due to the Portuguese boss currently in charge of West London rivals Fulham. The former Hull City and Everton manager has brought the Cottagers back to the Prem and helped solidify their spot. Silva has long been backed for a chance at a top job, and Chelsea could represent a decent opportunity. Andoni Iraola. Bournemouth have just dealt with a summer of losing some of their best players like Dean Huijsen and Ilya Zabarny. They could now face the prospect of seeing their Basque boss walk out on the club if Chelsea come calling. Andoni Iraola led the Cherries to a 9th-place finish in his first season in the Prem and earned plenty of plaudits in doing so. John Terry. Now, John Terry does not have any managerial experience but would certainly be the romantic choice. Chelsea have previously given chances to Frank Lampard in the dugout and could opt to do the same with Terry. Terry has some experience in coaching, having previously held assistant roles at Aston Villa and Leicester City. Bonus, the special one. If they get desperate, there is also the option of making a move for the old reliable José Mourinho. The iconic manager is currently leading Benfica in his homeland but could be tempted by a third stint in charge of the Blues. He previously won 3 Prem titles, 3 League Cups and an FA Cup during his previous 2 spells in charge. City lost ground in the title race last night after a 0-0 draw at the Stadium of Light Credit, AFP.